Hello, my hippie favorites. I hope everybody knows what their towels are. We are going to do another set of anonymous questions and answers, which I really enjoy doing, but unfortunately this is the last batch. So if you would like to help me out and give me some more content for my channel and quite possibly have me help you out, please, there is the email address in the description for these videos, and if you would like to send a question or send in an answer to a question that was asked in a previous video, please be my guest and do so. Okay, on with the questions and the answers. Have you seen Battlestar Galactica? Yes, 4 times. Not the original and not the 1981, I think it was. I actually tried watching the original and I just was not into it, so I didn't finish. Maybe sometime I will. But, yeah, I've seen the rebooted series 4 times in its entirety. I'm not sure I want to answer this one. Because I have 2 minds about it, that's why. What do you think of the Graveyard Girl Starbucks controversy? Was this really a controversy? I mean, okay, let's get into this. Graveyard Girl is the name of Bunny Meyer. She's a YouTuber. She's been on YouTube for quite a while, and she is a huge Starbucks fan. And she had this thing where she got free refills on drive-in, and she apparently thought that was like regular policy. Like, if you got a drink earlier in the day and then you came back in the drive-in, you could get a free refill, like if you were in the store. Which is kind of weird to me, but, you know, she has money and I don't, so maybe people with money frequently think things like that. And that's fine. Anyway, they changed the policy, or so she thought, and she came home and she was kind of upset about it, because, you know, that's something that she was used to. It's part of her routine, and it would kind of flip the script, and she was a little upset, so she made a video about it, and I actually did see this video. She was kind of cranky about it, and I do kind of understand where people thought she came off as really entitled, but the people's responses to it, I feel, were not appropriate. Like, she even acknowledged in the original video that she was upset, that basically she wasn't putting her best face forward, and she realized that. She was cognizant of that. And I think people were really, really hard on her. Like, there were videos and people were saying, like, really, really cruel stuff about her looks, which had nothing to do with the subject of, like, Starbucks. So, I don't know. I think that she seems like a nice person, but, I do think that there are times when you're upset that you kind of have to step back, especially, like, when you're in a spotlight like that, like, when you have millions of viewers. You kind of gotta take a step back. Oh, and I feel the need to answer this. This wasn't actually on the channel Graveyard Girl. It was on her Banana Peppers channel, which has fewer subscribers. But it got attention because, you know, she's Graveyard Girl, and people started crapping on her. And, you know, I think we all have those moments, like, where we just lash out, we're upset, we need to kind of let the steam off, and she just happens to be in a public eye, which is not really a great idea. Like, when you're in the public eye, I think that it would do everyone, like, well, just to kind of, like, seriously go into your bathroom, turn on your shower, and just breathe in some steam. And then after you've done that, after you're kind of steamed up, instead of being steamed up here, you're kind of like steamed up here and kind of letting it go. And then that's when I think that you should make your ranty videos. And also, you know, you might want to explain that you don't expect anything to happen. You are literally just blowing off steam. And if you have to, if you want to think about putting something like that toward an audience, film the video. Make it private or unlisted. Then, after a few days to kind of, you know, muddle over the situation, then list it. I don't know. You didn't ask me for what I would have done if I were Bunny, so I don't know why I did that. Sorry, that's not really a great answer to this question, but those are my thoughts. Third question. Have you ever had a wart? Yes. Actually, I have. It was really weird because it was right here, and it appeared one day, just out of nowhere. It wasn't like big or small. It was just there. It wasn't like it grown. There was a wart there. The previous day there was not, and it was there for a couple of years. It was there for like 5 years, and one day I was rubbing my finger on this part of my hand like that, just because I spent a lot of time feeling out my warts. I'm not sure why, but it was a thing I did. It was actually very comforting texturally to feel that wart, and one day it was just gone. No idea. It was very... Warts are strange. They appear, they disappear out of nowhere. They're magical. Oh, hey. I had this question. What are your favorite podcasts? My favorite podcasts are the 100 podcast, which is about the show The 100, which is about the juvenile delinquents who are sent to Earth after there's issues with their space station that they're living on. And I'm a huge fan of that. It's on the CW. If you haven't seen it, you probably should check it out. The first episode is kind of a terrible intro to this series, because it's... If I were you, I would, if you haven't seen it, I would watch till the 5th episodes before making any decisions. If you don't like it past the 5th episode, you're just not gonna like it. But I really actually do think that the first episode is not that great. It's a little painful, to be honest. But yeah. Another favorite podcast is My Favorite Murder with Georgia and Karen, and they deal with murder. I know, it's shocking, right? You thought that they would deal with cupcakes, but no. Podcast called My Favorite Murder deals with murder. Go figure. And another one is Teen Creeps, which is one of the ones that I was actually randomly introduced to on Facebook. I can't remember how I found it, but I am very grateful for it. That was actually the first podcast that I really started listening to. So it is hosted by Kelly Nugent and Zikitai, and they deal with like YA Pulp Fiction, like back in the 90s, like when I was in middle school stuff, like, you know, Christopher Pike and R.L. Stine and L.J. Smith. In a few weeks they're going to do the second Night World book by L.J. Smith. That's going to be a lot of fun because it has Mary Lynette, who's my favorite one of my favorite female characters ever. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Actually, it's quite possible by the time this comes out that episode will already be published. That's interesting. It's like we're kind of doing like a weird time travel thing. But anyway, so yeah. And let's see. These are the ones that I did before. Oh, that's not an anonymous question. That's an actual email. I'm gonna have to look at that. Ah! And the fifth, but certainly not least, anonymous question for this go-round. Wiggling butt juice? That's just how I imagine that it's being said. And yes, my anonymous friend, wiggling butt juice. I made a post on Tumblr saying that when I ruled the world, I would make my enemies drink wiggling butt juice. And I will, as soon as I figure out what wiggling butt juice is. So, those are all the questions I have. Have a happy day and keep it fruity. Bye.